Welcome back, episode 178 of the Bears' latest podcast. I'm your host, Colton St. Vincent. Let's talk some Bears here. Possible trades. I'm reading a whole bunch of pre-draft stuff, and both Heavy.com and Bleacher Report. They tossed some articles of some last-minute trades that could still happen in 2026. Last minute as in like right before the draft. And number one for Bleacher Report, the New York Giants trade Dexter Lawrence to the Bears. Bears are trading away 4th rounder and a conditional 3rd rounder next year. And they also have Cole Kmet going to the Ravens. Now, two things that I think the salaries would like counteract each other, right? We know Cole Kmet's salary has been talked about last year of a 50-year deal, I believe. 4 years, $50 million. What's Dexter Lawrence making? Dexter Lawrence salary, he's making about $20 million for next season. Last 18.5 base salary and then some bonuses here and there. So it seems like they're making similar-ish money. So whatever, I'm sure contracts work out there, but what do you guys think? I personally think that would be a very fun situation. I think we have a luxury of riches. I think that there's like an actual phrase that people say that I just don't think I can remember at this point, but we have a good offense because we have 2 tight ends. Do we have 2 good tight ends because we have a good offense? I guess we'll find that out. But I personally don't think we need Cole Kmet anymore. Loveland's like the real deal. And it's trading him would save $7.4 million in cap space if traded after June 1st. So these are all going to be trades that even could be after the draft. I think earlier I said they could be before the draft, but Cole Kmet, post June 1st, joins up, don't forget, Declan Doyle, offensive coordinator for the Bears last season. He went over to be the play caller, offensive coordinator for the Ravens. So Dexter Lawrence, we've talked about, he's been one of the best interior defensive linemen in a while. He actually has 2 years remaining on his deal. So I misread that earlier. 21.9 per season average. Now, I think this would actually put the Bears defense in a different realm. A healthy Lawrence, a motivated Deo, Montez Sweat is completely different than what we saw at the end of last season. Lawrence gets a lot of pressures. He gets a lot of run stopping. He is a very, very, very good Pro Bowler. That is exactly kind of what we need. So he's not going to participate in team off-season workouts. So who knows if it's like a real holdout that they just get a new contract or whatever. But 2 years left on his deal. It seems like it's more than just a contract negotiation situation. So pretty fun. Pretty fun situation here for the Bears. This next one, also a trade, but I've heard the names that we've tossed out there before plenty of times in the offseason. However, I haven't seen this name connected to the Bears, and it makes me pretty stoked. Denzel Ward, Pro Bowl cornerback. Now, this is an interesting situation. Obviously, we get Kobe Bryant. We get Devin Bush. It's very fast. Very athletic players that can go all over the place. That's what Denzel Ward is, according to everything I've read. Again, I don't know enough from the naked eye. I need people smarter than me to shape my opinion, and then I will loudly smash the table for that opinion. Got me? Ralph Vacciano. Ralph Vacciano of Fox Sports predicts the Bears will make a trade ahead of the draft to acquire Denzel Ward from the Browns for a 3rd rounder and a 6th rounder. It's an interesting situation, right? Because the third rounder seems easier to get rid of when you gain that extra fourth rounder from that Cole Kmet trade. So maybe those would have to go hand in hand. But, dude, Denzel Ward's like the man. He's a stud. He's still 29, I believe. This is from Vacchiano's Fox Sports article. Quote, they need help all over their defense, including at edge rusher, but upgrading at cornerback might be the Bears' biggest priority. Ward's a 5-time Pro Bowler, still only 29 years old. And the Browns would be smart to dump him with the 2 remaining years of his contract to free up some salary cap space. Ward could either be Chicago's third corner or step in for the erratic Tyreek Stevenson. It would also free up the Bears to target a defensive lineman early in the draft. And with 2 second-round picks, they have the day 2 ammunition to get it. Now, that makes me pretty excited. Like we just said, you're getting him for 2 seasons. And it's a proven veteran that's a 5-time Pro Bowler at age 29. It seems like a perfect situation. If the numbers actually work out, that would be one that I would be absolutely ecstatic for. So we'll see. We will see. It's definitely a report that gets you excited for the draft to come up. I want to see some movement here. But speaking of the draft, there was a recent little mock draft here. And that was WGN. They kicked off a full, what am I trying to say? A full mock draft for the draft coming up, and very similar name that you see in the first round. Talking safeties with Dynaman and McNeil Warren from Toledo, but Dan Brugler kind of put these 2 main things on the table for the Bears. He says number 1, the best player available at pick 25. It seems like they have several positions in mind, so I don't know if it's defensive side or offensive side, but they've got a list, and if they see the best available player on that list when they pick, that's who they're going with. Kind of gives you the opportunity to, I don't know, not really dig into one position, because then you're more prone to reaching. Number 2, he says identifying mid-round value gems in a deep class. So he brought up some names, and the first name that I'd like to share, safety from Penn State, Zakee Wheatley. He calls him the missile safety. Zakee Wheatley, 6'3", 203. He was the overall 17th best ranked safety at the combine, according to Next Gen Stats, and 21st most athletic. It's interesting, right? It says he's a long athletic safety whose career arc shows steady development. He played with better decisiveness and route recognition in man and zone looks in 2025. So he got better year over year. He's more alert on coverage. He drives downhill. Length is a catalyst for open field tackling success. Now, this just seems like a big, long dude that if he can figure out the NFL game, he could be a steal, 3rd, 4th round. And it's a position of need that we signed. Obviously, Kobe Bryant. We have other safeties on the roster, but we lost Kevin Byard. It's not really a situation, or it's not really a position like on the depth chart that makes it, I don't know, so deep where I'm more confident. I would like as many of these kind of guys as possible, as many Zakee Whitleys as I can possibly get my hands on. Senior, so he's old. It's not old, but you get what I mean in the sense of this NFL draft. It says he flows faster than change of direction can handle at times. So it sounds like he's too fast for his own good. That's kind of cool. Average stickiness to the route from nickel and average quickness to key and trigger from space. So I don't know. It just sort of seems like he needs to play with more consistent pad level and run support. So he's not really fully committed to the run when he needs to be. Kind of makes him indecisive. Very easy to exploit that in the NFL. Now, on his scale from 0 to 8, 8 being the best prospect grade that you can have, it's the perfect prospect. He's 6.15, good backup with the potential to develop into a starter. That's kind of what you need in this situation. So, Zakee Whitley. That is a name to keep an eye out. Day 2. And the final, also day 2 name from this mock draft was offensive tackle Markel Bell. Now, not only is he a very fun name to say, he's a giant dude. They call him the massive tackle, academic standout, day 2 sleeper, who provides a lot of physical traits. Now, it says he will have a prospect grade of 5.89, average backup or special teamer. Markel Bell is 6'9", 346, almost 37-inch arms, ran a 5.3 40-yard dash. That's absolutely insane. They would burn him at the stake if a giant person ran that fast back in the day. I'll keep that to myself. Projected to go in the 3rd or 4th round. Monstrous tackle. Most notable strides were between his 24 and 25 season. So it says he uproots and moves 3 techniques when running feet on double teams, uses mass to cover and obstruct on base blocks. Rare for rushers to crowd into his frame. Strong grip. Weaknesses. Speedy edge benders will be tough for him to match at the turn. I would assume that's a general thought when it comes to somebody that massive. It says he needs a more proactive punch instead of catching and pass pro. High center of gravity creates a constant leverage disadvantage. Lurches past his base, creating imbalance as a run blocker, and below average agility and timing, climbing off combos to the second block. Take that as you will, but I feel like a guy that big, academic standout, that's like a situation that you're really going to want to take advantage of. He's actually a community college guy. Started at Holmes Community College, all region as a sophomore left tackle. Top 5 junior college recruit nationally. Goes over to Miami, 3rd team all ACC, and started every single game at left tackle for him last season. So I think that's a position that I would love to see depth. We know how injuries can happen and ruin a guy's career. So I don't want to put all of our eggs into the Braxton Jones basket, Theo Benedict basket. Injuries happen. This looks like a pretty damn good guy, Markel Bell. Keep that name in mind. But that's it. Episode 178 of the Bears' latest podcast. I'm your host, Colton St. Vincent. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you guys in tomorrow's episode.